Formula Honda is your family corner Honda dealership, and we speak 20 languages right in the corner of Markham and Finch in Scarborough. Formula Honda.
Whether you're thinking of selling, buying, or investing in real estate, call George Sagan first, the honest and experienced realtor who delivers. For a limited time, George is offering our viewers a free Apple iPad or Samsung tablet. Call George today or visit his website.
Hello, good evening. Welcome back to the Panorama. The Panorama, this is our third sequence, actually, as a matter of fact, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. And of course, tonight is more exciting because I wouldn't say it's my forte, but I do love opera. But before we go on with our guest for tonight, I'd like to explain a little bit of opera. It's a Latin word which means work, an art form in which singers and musicians perform in a dramatic work combining with musical score, which is called libretto. I think it means book. Usually in a theatrical setting, traditional opera singers do recitative style of singing or singer, and arias, which is more melodic style. The most renowned figure of the opera is Mozart, which become famous with his Italian comic opera such as The Marriage of Figaro, Don Giovanni, and The Magic Flute, which is the most famous one, which are presently in demand and continue to draw significant audiences. The popularity of opera continued in the 19th century with Puccini and Strauss. The 20th century, with the rise of recording technology, that's when they started recording. We have Caruso and the famous Maria Callas, the Greek soprano. I'm not sure if she's a mezzo or coloratura. I'm not really sure. I'm going to ask my guest about that, which was followed by other great opera by the Germans, Russian, and the English, and of course, Russians are good in opera as well. But opera started in Italy or Italian. They had a very, very famous opera house, which is the La Scala in Milan. That's the equivalent of the Metropolitan Opera House in New York City. And tonight, I have a Filipino soprano singer. I had the opportunity, we were just talking just before we start, how lucky I am. I met a lot of wonderful people because I had the opportunity to meet a lot of wonderful opera or tenor and soprano singers. Michael Chufo, Mark Dubois, I had Dennis Williams, and I met and I interviewed and I wrote an article about Fides Cuyugan Asensio. And I had a guest way back, maybe 10 years ago, a young girl named Jennifer Uy. And I invited her back to the studio for an interview. Jennifer is a classical trained singer who stage performs opera and a crossover of R&B. She won the Golden Voice Award at the Fairchild TV Talent Singing Awards. She made also the Maria Callas Opera Grand Prix at Athens, Greece. Oh, I'd like to talk about that. Jennifer also graced the stages of Kingswood Music Theater, the Sky Dome, the National Exhibition, which is, I think, was it the Chin Picnic? And the Art Gallery of Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy and excited to introduce to you my friend, a soprano lyricist, or lyric soprano, Miss Jennifer Uy.
Hello, thank you for having me here on your show. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
This is a great reunion.
Is it a reunion?
Yeah.
Would you remember how long ago was that the last time I interviewed you?
Oh, it's been such a long time.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
me too. But you never wavered in my mind, you know.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, I called you a month ago.
Yes, you did.
Because I wanted her to have a, what was that?
A concert,
Yeah.
a recital.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yes.
Maybe
yes,
one day. Yeah.
We'd look forward to
Because
that.
you had a wonderful voice.
Thank you.
During the CNE Chin Picnic, I asked you to sing Mutya ng Pasig.
Yes.
I was captivated with that particular song when what's her name who sang that I heard, Conchine Rosal, who passed away way back in 1989, a Filipino from Batangas, a soprano, you know. Why opera? Why soprano?
Why opera? Why soprano? I grew up in a household of music. So,
Mom and dad?
More particularly my dad. So when he was small, they didn't have a lot of money, but he had a phonograph. And I remembered, yes, exactly. And it's the one that you crank with your hands.
Oh, I didn't see that though. Okay, all right.
And I remembered my grandmother telling me that she would always try to say, come on and go eat. But he wouldn't. He would just always be in front of the phonograph. And from there on, he had a voice, and he was a tenor in the Philippines.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Anthony Uy. So he was one of the rare tenors in the early stages that sang. And then from that, it just became very normal for us at home to have opera music, musical theater, and all types of music.
You're talking about what year? Would that 50s?
For my father,
Yeah.
he was born in the 40s. Yeah.
Okay, so by the time he
maybe
sang-
about 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario Lanza.
Yeah. Oh,
That's his time.
favorite. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Mario
okay.
Lanza.
Caruso. Caruso probably earlier.
Yeah. He got to meet Placido Domingo.
He met Placido
Yes.
Domingo?
Yes. 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 Yeah.
Why?
Because he came to Manila for a concert, and he said he was the most generous and the most supportive in terms of artists because he stayed until the end.
Yeah.
And he signed all his. My dad came with like a big stack of
Yeah.
vinyl records, and Domingo signed them all
Really?
until the end.
You also met one wonderful soprano singer.
Yes.
And I'd like you to discuss that with me. You know what? I'm so excited. Can we just have a break time, and then we'll be back with Jennifer Uy? Thank you.
Call today to learn more about advanced planning cemetery and funeral arrangements and take advantage of our interest-free terms of up to 48 months and save the HST on select services. Whether you're thinking of selling, buying, or investing in real estate, call George Sagan first, the honest and experienced realtor who delivers. For a limited time, George is offering our viewers a free Apple iPad or Samsung tablet. Call George today or visit his website.